Congratulations to Jim Thome, Chipper Jones, Vladimir Guerrero, and Trevor Hoffman on making the Hall of Fame this year. It's a tremendous honor. They all should be proud. Who should not be proud are the baseball writers of America, who continue to leave out some of the greatest players in Major League Baseball history. Sammy Sosa, Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, Mark McGwire, Rafael Palmeiro, just to name a few. In this point-blank period in the discussion, I'm going to let you know why it is ridiculous that these guys and others are not in the Hall of Fame, and why some may not get in the future either. They wanted to get on their soapbox and clean up the Major League Baseball quote-unquote steroid era by keeping those who played in that era out. The names I name a few: Manny Ramirez and many others. But see, here's the thing though. Mark McGwire, he did admit it. He admitted it in the interview with Bob Costas. Rafael Palmeiro tested positive when he was playing. Manny Ramirez tested positive twice. As Rodriguez had that whole thing. I don't think he tested positive, but he was found guilty in the court of law, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. But he got suspended, right? But even though they got suspended, I would still say put them in the Hall of Fame, because they played during the era when you don't know who else was doing it. You don't. You don't know if the four guys who are going in now were doing it. You don't know if the guys who went in 2017 were doing it. You just don't know, and it's stupid. It is stupid to sit up and say that you do know that they did it clean, because you don't know. You don't. You wasn't in their house. You wasn't with them each and every day of their lives. You wasn't with them when they were in the shower. You weren't with them when they were anywhere. So you do not know. Just like you do not know if Sosa, if Bonds, if Clemens did. Sosa has never been tested. He had never tested positive. And the fact that he's allegedly on that 2013, on that 2003 list, what started all this was the 2003. They to get testing into baseball for performance-enhancing drugs. In 2003, they tested all of the baseball players, and if a certain amount tested positive, then baseball would have the steroid test. And even here in Chicago, there was even a thing where the Chicago White Sox, every member of the Chicago White Sox was going to not take it, so that it would come up as a positive test, so that because they wanted testing in Major League Baseball. So allegedly, Sammy Sosa's name is on that list because when Sammy Sosa retired, a few months later, it came out that his name was on that list. Coincidental? I think not. And his name comes out on that list. And a list that was supposed to be private, by the way. But A-Rod's name came out and a few other people's names came out. But how do you not know that Sammy Sosa didn't do what the White Sox were going to do, and he didn't take the test? I don't know that, but you don't know that. Just like I don't know if you don't know that if he actually was he was on performance-enhancing drugs, right? But just to think because his body changed, and you don't give me that damn head size bullshit. That's bullshit. Bullshit. His body changed. He went from a skinnier, faster player to a more powerful player. And then he jumped from whatever he had in 97, 30 or something. Which, by the way, he had one point, I think in 95 or 96, he hit 40. So, It wasn't like it was a big thing, but he had hit like 30 and he jumped to 66 in 98. Only player in Major League Baseball history to hit 60 home runs 3 times. Only person to do it. So, and this is the only reason why he's subjugated, because his body changed and he hit 60 home runs 3 times. Not one, did not fail one test, did not, get caught with a quarterback, but that's not performance enhancing drugs, and it shouldn't be enough to keep you out of the Hall of Fame. But they link him in. And the thing is, it's ridiculous. It's some ridiculous thing that Bonds and Clemens continues to get in the 50s. Sammy Sosa got like 9% this year. 33 people voted for him. 9%. How do you not vote for a guy who's like the 5th or 6th leader in home runs of all time? You don't vote for him because you think with no proof? Fuck you! No! You vote for him. You also vote for Bonds and Clemens. They were never found guilty. They were never tested positive. There's nothing. So what? Some guy says that he gave Roger Clemens something. Hearsay. I don't care if Andy Pettit admitted it as Andy Pettit. Doesn't mean that Roger Clemens did it. That's fucking bullshit. It really is. And you're gonna sit up here and get on your fucking high horse and not keep these guys from going into the place that they belong, into the Hall of Fame. And there are some people who think that you vote them in and then you put on the plaque that they are, you don't even put on the plaque. You put on the plaque on McGuire, he admitted to using steroids on his era. Rafael Palmeiro tested positive. Manny Ramirez tested positive twice. A-Rod was suspended 100 games. You put all of those on this plaque. But not Bonds, not Clemens, and definitely not Sosa. Some of the most ridiculous things that happen. And the Major League Baseball, the Baseball Hall of Fame is ridiculous to begin with. The fact that they continue to keep out Pete Rose. That's so silly and stupid. He's admitted to gambling. He's admitted to gambling on baseball. Trying to do everything in his power to make it up, and baseball still want to keep him out. And what's the big deal? When football just said, okay, we'll ban you for a year, but then bring you back. Although I don't think they've put their guys in the Hall of Fame either. I think Alex Karras and Paul Hornung, and I think both of them are well deserved. I'm not sure about that, but those were the two that I know that baseball. And then Shooters Joe Jackson, going back to baseball. Shooters Joe Jackson, considered to be one of the all-time greats because of the Black Scott scandal. He's not in. It's almost as if you can't even make a mistake. You can't make a mistake. And maybe some people would say, well, as soon as Joe Jackson intentionally threw the World Series. No. But still, that's ridiculous. So, I don't even, going through this, it's mind blowing. It always, people who get on their fucking soapbox pisses me off biggest time. It's absolutely frustrate the fuck out of me. Especially when it's after the fact. It's not like during the fact they didn't say a goddamn thing. Oh, send me 66 home runs. Woo! Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire, hit 70. Yes. Barry Bonds, hit 73. Oh my goodness. Woo! Roger Clemens, Cy Young Award. 220 strikeout games. Woo! Alright. Yes. Let's do it. Let's go. Cheering their ass off. And then all of a sudden, some allegations come out. Fuck them. They cheated. That's some guy on Twitter. When I talked about it, I put it on Twitter yesterday. Talking about they knowingly deceived and everything like that. They don't get. No, fuck up. No. You don't know that. McGwire, sure. McGwire admitted it. Palmeiro tested positive. Especially after Palmeiro stood up there, he lied in Congress. He said, I never took it. And then he tested positive for it. Same year, by the way. This is the same year. Later on that year, later on in that year, I believe that might have been 2005. Yeah, later on in that year, he tested positive for it. So it is one of the biggest hypocrisies and contradictions in sports. The fact that they want to continue with all of this, bullshit with these guys in the Hall of Fame. It is sickening. It is disgusting, and these guys deserve to be in. Again, Sosa, for Bonds, for Clemens, they are, they were not even. They didn't test it positive. They were not found guilty. Nothing. So there should even be nothing on their plaque. They should be into the Hall of Fame. They really should. And while I got this here right now, let's talk about Sammy Sosa and the Chicago Cubs. And for those of y'all who are not in Chicago and don't know what's going on, the Ricketts family, who just started owning the team around 2010 or 11 or whatever it is, 2012, whenever they started to own the team. Own the team for that long. But they have this ridiculous stance that Sammy Sosa somehow needs to apologize to be welcomed back into the warm bread. And Tom Ricketts doesn't go no further than that. He just says he needs to apologize. What the fuck is he apologize for? What? Again, you play because you think he took steroids? No. And he deceived everybody? No. Again, where's the proof that he did? No. So what? He left on the last day of the 2004 season? No. Again, he wasn't playing. He didn't think he needed to be there, so he left. And by the way, he did apologize for that. What did the Cubs do? The Cubs threw him under the bus. Then traded him. I really think they should be apologizing to him. He deserves to be brought back into the Cubs family, giving a championship ring just like everybody else. So what the fuck does he got to apologize for? He ain't got to apologize for a damn thing. Bring him back into the fold, retire his number, send him out of the field, give him a championship ring. You've given people far removed from the Cubs organization championship rings. Rich Sutcliffe has a championship ring. Rich Sutcliffe was back in 1984. Sammy Sosa most recently played for the Cubs again in 2004. It's 12 years from when the last time you won the damn championship. It's 20 years later than from when Rick Sutcliffe, that was 84 when he came in 84, but he was back later. So he might have been like in the late 80s, maybe even in the 90s, but yeah, it's longer than, it's just stupid. It's just stupid. And the fact that these people are like picking on Sammy for some reason is foolish. Especially and again, the rookies were not there. But let's talk about the hypocritical fans who cheered every time Sammy ran out to right field. They cheered every time he swung that bat, drove that ball over that fence, popped and hopped, cheered for him. And now don't want him around? No. Get the fuck out of here. Treat the man with the honor and dignity and respect that he deserves of being a legend. Of being the greatest Cub there ever was. Point blank period. Remember a couple years ago when the All-Star game was in Cincinnati, they had that scene where you could vote for the Mount Rushmore of everybody. All the fans had the opportunity to vote for their fans' team. The dumbass fans of the Cubs, and I'm a Cubs fan, but you were dumb. If you were a Cubs fan, you were dumb for not voting for Sammy Sosa. He's the greatest Cub there ever is. You didn't vote for him? Fuck out of here. Really? Just ignorant. Ignorant ass hypocritical fans. Fuck. Pisses me the fuck off. So to reiterate, guys like Sammy Sosa, Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, Mark McGwire, Rafael Palmeiro, Manny Ramirez, Alex Rodriguez, and any other player who has, and by the way, all the other players who have suspicion around them, other than Jose Canseco, work put in. People wondered about Jeff Bagwell, was in. They put him in. People was wondering about Mike Piazza. They put him in. People was wondering about Ivan Rodriguez. Ivan Rodriguez, speaking of Jose Canseco, was even in Jose Canseco's book. Talking about he injected him with steroids. But he's in. But you're not going to put in these other guys. You're not going to put in a guy who's the all-time home run leader and possibly the greatest player of all time in baseball history. Not going to put him in. Not going to put in a guy with 20 strikeout games, bunch of Cy Young awards, multiple championships, maybe the greatest pitcher of his time. Not going to put him in. Not going to put in a guy who had 600 home runs, an MVP. Not going to put him in. Not going to put in a guy who, even though he admitted to Bob Costas that he did take steroids, still hit over 500 home runs. Put in the guy, even though he tested positive, over 500 home runs. You're not gonna put in a guy who tested positive twice, which, by the way, it wasn't necessarily he tested twice for PEDs. By the way, he tested positive for things that mask PEDs. Over 500 home runs, greatest right-handed hitter of all time, possibly. Not gonna put in a guy with over 600 home runs. And Alex Rodriguez. Not gonna put those guys in. Ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous. They all deserve to go in. Even the guy who betted on baseball, Pete Rose, deserves to get in. Even though this video was particularly about the quote-unquote PED guys. Let's put Pete Rose into the greatest hitter of all time. The hits leader. Not going in. Yeah. Whatever. Baseball Hall of Fame, let's face it, you are a joke. You were a joke when that year you didn't elect anybody into the Hall of Fame, and you are continue to be a joke. You always will be a joke until these guys are put into the Hall of Fame. And that's point blank, period, end of discussion.